All right, here we go. Let's welcome our next fighter making his way to the cage. Erik Compella, La Lethal Mestizo Cruz.
Here comes Erik Compella Cruz, the bandmate and close friend of 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu patriarch Eddie Bravo. Erik is a Jiu-Jitsu brown belt under Eddie in the 10th Planet system, although rumors say that he might not be far from the next step in his Jiu-Jitsu career. The 29-year-old stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He has an amateur record of 2 wins, no losses, and a 3rd win in the first ever combat jiu-jitsu bout here at the University of Mixed Martial Arts about this exact same time last year. He also has boxing and Muay Thai, but most importantly, he's a top-level fighter.
Yeah, he's a jiu-jitsu instructor at 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. I've known about Compella for a long time. A couple years ago when I discovered Eddie Bravo's Jiu-Jitsu, I discovered Compella the musician, and I like some of the songs. And he's a very aggressive Jiu-Jitsu guy, even though he's a rapper and stuff. Very aggressive Jiu-Jitsu, really flexible. He understands the whole 10th Planet system very, very well.
And that's what 10th Planet really is all about, is the idea of a system. I was speaking to Eddie Bravo before the fight, and he was talking about how tonight Erik's going to show us some super sharp confessional jiu-jitsu. The idea behind 10th Planet is to keep on this idea of frequency, to really make sure that people are using a system that works, most importantly, for mixed martial arts. A focus on working in the clinch, a system that's designed to be both successful offensively and defensively, and that's what Erik's going to bring to the cage tonight.
And his opponent making his way to the cage, Roman the Gladiator Todorovich.
His opponent tonight, 23-year-old Roman Todorovich. The Team Elite fighter stands at 5 feet 10 inches tall from Torrance, California, boasting a record of 2 wins and 1 loss. Those wins coming in his last 2 fights in 2012 and here at the U in 2013. His most recent win being a round 1 submission against Lucas Gubbins.
Yeah, he's a great competitor. He's a coach at Elite Training Center. He's in a lot of jiu-jitsu tournaments. First place at the 2012 LA Invitational Open, the Blue Belt Division. First place at the US Open Naga, Nokia. 3rd place Naga Worlds. 3rd place Grappling Quest. A lot of grappling. He was also a 2-time Bay League champion high school wrestler. So here we have ourselves possibly your wrestler versus jiu-jitsu matchup. This kind of falls right into what 10th Planet does. They do want to get taken down. They do want to be on their back. So we might see some heavy guard work from Compella here.
One thing about Roman, he is very heavy in the clinch. He puts a lot of weight on people, really saps your energy, really drains you. Also, really solid striking defense.
Well, that is what somewhat negates the 10th Planet system, is heavy, heavy pressure. That uses the defense. If there's too much pressure, a lot of the moves have no space to work. So pressure does work, but also pressure could fall into a lot of the system. The system plays off of pressure as well.
Roman is a war refugee from Bosnia and Yugoslavia for the war in 1996, fled the country at 7 years old, and moved to Germany and then to here. And now he's just a beach bum who loves Joshua Tree and also fighting people.
Not a bad life. Not too far away from my life.
So we have the war refugee against the rapper. Erik Cruz also in the band Smoke Serpent with Eddie Bravo. They have a show on May 31st, the 10th Planet 10-year anniversary show.
That's exciting.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Our next fight is brought to you by the Park's finest restaurant and barbecue, bringing that backyard boogie. Scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the 170-pound division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. He comes to the cage with a record of 3 wins and no losses. All wins coming by way of submission. He stands at 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighing in at 170 pounds. Representing 10th Planet and legends from the Bronx, New York, Erik Compella, the lethal And his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist. He brings a record of 2 wins, 1 loss to the cage, 1 win coming by way of submission. He stands at 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighing at 170 pounds, fighting with Elite Training Center from Torrance, California, Roman the Gladiator Todorovich. Man in charge of the action, Rafael Davis.
This is a fight of 2 phenomenally confident fighters between Roman Todorovich in the red corner and Erik Cruz in the blue corner. These are 2 guys who are not going to back down.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. We might see Todorovich just keep it on the feet and try to land some strikes down the middle. That's probably the safest bet for him, is to keep it off the ground and just land some big strikes. See, right there, that might have been the mistake already. Landed some good strikes and went right into the wheelhouse. We're gonna see a mission control coming up.
You know, it's so tempting, though, not only with the small cage, but these short rounds, to go for the clinch and try to establish top control in hopes of impressing the judges.
It is. You know, if you have a strong top game, it's not. You have confidence in your top game, it shouldn't really matter who. But right there, we got a possible heel hook or leg lock attempt. Also, really not. You can transition to taking the back really well there.
No rotational leg locks allowed in the amateur ranks, but straight leg locks, I believe, are allowed.
Yes. Knee bars, Achilles holds. Now, Roman has himself a pretty tight guillotine, has a modified guard here. Doesn't look to be in too much danger.
Well, you know, if there's one place that Erik's been in a lot, it's probably guillotines.
Yes. Got himself a nice takedown. He possibly going to transition to the back. There it is. Taking the back, and then he's going to start working for a rear naked. And he's got 43 seconds to work. Let's see how he does here.
You know, I want to take a moment to look at the shift over the course of this round, from Compella being taken down to the ground to the transition to taking the back now. A lot of it just shows that level of experience that comes from being a jiu-jitsu brown belt and training with so many great guys over there at 10th Planet.
Yeah, there's nothing that's going to really surprise you or be new. There's a great slam out of the armbar. Lands a nice little straight right down the middle. If I was Roman, I would back out. You know, next round, I feel like his corner's going to be telling him, you know, work him on the feet a little more.
You know, people do get confused about a slam on the head like that, but when someone is holding a submission hold, you're allowed to slam however you want, because they have the ability, the choice to let go or hold that submission.
They do.
It's when you have someone trapped that you can't pile drive someone. There's no Undertaker allowed.
Shame.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the world's #1 online supplement store with the best selection and fastest shipping is bodybuilding.com. Visit their website for all your supplement and nutrition needs. That's bodybuilding.com. Also, the Park's Finest focuses on mobile catering for small, medium, and large-scale private events. They bring the food to you, and they can also cook on site. Visit their website at theparksfinest.com to take a look at their full menu and to book them for your next event. That's the Parks Finest, to bring in that backyard boogie.
Erik Cruz getting coaching in the corner from 10th Planet Van Nuys coach Alder Hampel, and from Alan Jaban, who's at 10th Planet Legends, who'll be fighting Rumble in the Rage 170-pound division for the championship. He won it.
Now let's see if there's any if Roman changes up, if he goes back into the grappling. I like his striking.
You know, with the success, Roman, now that's twice starting both rounds. Roman has really been successful on the feet.
If I was him, I would not engage too much of the jiu-jitsu because you're doing a great job striking. It can be confusing, so that's the smart move.
Big punches from Roman Todorovich.
We're close to a finish, but
he keeps letting himself get into the world of Erik Cruz.
Exactly.
And if there's one place you don't want to be, it's with Erik Cruz grabbing onto a limb of yours.
100%. If I was him, I would do my best to get back up to the feet and make some space.
The corner of Erik Cruz really angry about the grabbing of the cage by Roman Todorovich.
You know, see, I wouldn't say that would be the smartest thing. You know, maybe a tight guillotine. I like how he's stepping over the top. That's actually getting tight now. The one rotation he did cinched it a little tighter. He's back in the guard again.
You know, this does bring to mind, as we mentioned earlier tonight in the broadcast, that old adage about, you know, you hit a black belt once, becomes a brown belt, so on and so forth. And Erik Cruz still being very active from the guard, but you can see him being a little more reckless in terms of his defense, getting caught in that guillotine attempt.
Well, he might not be able to see as well. Yeah, that's what I said. Roman's doing a good job of smothering. Smothering kills a lot of this jiu-jitsu. Very high guard stuff. But again, he's given Erik further life. You know, see, I hear the cornerman telling him to stay on your feet.
Well, Roman definitely is having the advantage so far on the feet, where you might expect is the place he would have an advantage.
And we have ourselves the end of round 2 with a clear 2 rounds to none, I would say. 2 rounds for Roman, just based off of really effective striking and good top game. You know, he was never really in a bad position. In the first round, he got caught on an armbar, but he slammed his way out of it.
You know, it's been very interesting the ways in which Compella's been getting caught by those a lot of big looping overhand stuff, strange angles Roman's strikes are coming from. Really powerful stuff, too. You can see in both rounds that first strike dropping Erik Cruz to the mat.
If I was Erik's corner, I'd say you get out there and be aggressive. You know, try to engage the clinch work, because you know, get it to the ground as fast as possible, because you're 9 times out of 10 you're not going to knock out Roman, especially the way Erik's striking is looking. So you got to be going for submissions. I'd
love to see Erik dunk under for a double leg here and get on top of Roman and show what he can do from that position.
I wouldn't mind seeing it, but I think Roman would pop right up. He had that one chance when he had Roman's back, but that was about it.
Here we go, round number 3. Todorovich in the red, Cruz in the blue. And now Erik trying to snap off a few punches. Lands.
It's smart. It's smart.
You know, one difference I'm seeing on the feet, and there we go, Erik going under for that takedown. The footwork, the striking footwork of Todorovich versus Cruz was a big difference.
Yeah, Erik Cruz's feet are flying through, they're off the ground when they're striking. You know, Roman keeps his feet planted, he doesn't cross his feet. A lot of things right about what Roman does. I'm just a little worried further in his career he can get into danger by getting into these dangerous positions.
Yeah, Roman's decision-making does leave some things to be desired right now, for sure.
Yeah, you know, like, not saying he's not a smart fighter, but sometimes a smarter fighter wouldn't have even engaged in this and possibly finished Erik on the feet. You know, right here he's doing a great job possibly finishing this fight. But still, just thinking further for the career. Possibly gonna have a finish soon. He's got to stay conservative, stay out of problems, and just work his way through it. I think a couple of hard shots will have ourselves a finish.
Ooh, a couple big right hands.
You just can't let this happen. The guard get regained. If I was Roman, I would back up, you know, win a UD, unanimous decision.
If there is one place where Erik can win this fight right now, it's going to be here on the mat.
It is. I think Roman's fine, but just for future, I think he's going to win himself a decently lopsided decision. You know, Erik looked good. It's just Roman landed some big shots to start each round.
You have to also wonder how those limitations on rotational leg locks might have changed this fight. Because you saw Erik throwing up a lot of stuff on the legs of Roman Todorovich, putting him in positions that would be dangerous if he was allowed to rotate that knee.
Yeah, no, definitely, but that's a different sport, you know?
Very true.
All right, well, let's see who we have win this decision.
A really, really tough fight for Erik Compella Cruz. Took a lot of punishment from a very powerful Roman Todorovich. But no matter what, Cruz is going to have a very long career in martial arts. He may decide that he wants to continue fighting amateurs. He may decide he wants to turn pro one day. At the very minimum, he's going to be a very well-respected jiu-jitsu coach for a very long time.
Yeah, he'll be fine in the jiu-jitsu world, fine in the 10th planet world. Just, you know, Roman's got great striking, really powerful dude.
And that was interesting. I think that the striking advantage was probably expected for Todorovich. But I think that we expected a little bit more from the striking of Erik Cruz. You know, especially when we got into that second round, the footwork, his feet were together a lot. Mm-hmm. Not to the level that we know that he can strike at.
No, exactly. And you know, I think Roman did great. You know, he had opportunities to finish this fight, and so, you know, I don't think he's going to lose the decision, but if you can finish a fight, you finish it. That's just the way I was brought up. That's just the mentality I've been brought through. And if you drop a guy and you know he has really good jiu-jitsu, don't engage it. Don't even play into that. It's just not worth it, because I've seen too many times where a fighter get dropped, follow him to the ground, and he gets armbarred or guillotined because he made one brain fart.
So what do you see as the thing that really put Erik at a disadvantage here in this striking exchange?
You know, he was kind of like a sitting duck there. He looked confused. He was standing there with his hands up, waiting for striking, rather than being moving. You know, not really doing any feints or anything. Not really getting Todorovich off balance. He was sitting there. You know, not saying he doesn't have power or striking. He was somewhat flat-footed. You know, he wasn't. He had that look like he wanted to go to the ground, like he wanted to play jiu-jitsu, and I think Roman saw that.
Well, enough speculating here for the official decision. Let's go to Salvador Arellano.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. All three judges score the fight for the same fighter. 30-27.5, 30-27.5, and 30-27 out of the red corner, Roman the Gladiator Todorovich.
Let's give it up for both these guys. Putting on a good show. Roman, that was a great fight. How you feeling?
Feel great.
Now,
Hard fought fight. It's a tough little dude.
awesome. So your opponent stepped in a week ago. Did it change your game plan at all, or did it throw your game off at all, knowing that you were training for one guy and had to step into the cage with a different guy?
No. I mean, you just come in here and do your thing. Try to do your best, outperform the other guy in front of you. It really doesn't matter who's in front of you. You're going to fight. You fight your heart out. Once those cage doors lock, your game plan goes out the door. It's a fight from there on in. So my camp was awesome. They prepared me for everything that any amazing fighter would throw at me, and I handled it. So I couldn't be happier. I'm very excited.
Wonderful performance. Give it up for him. I know you have a lot of friends and family here supporting you, and you got a big after party you want to tell everybody about?
Yeah. Definitely thank all my fans for coming out. Love every single one of you guys. Thank you guys. All my coaches, my training partners, love you guys. They put in all the hard work. We had 2 fighters fight last night, 3 of them fight tonight, and everyone showed up, fought their hardest. I love every one of those dudes. Congratulations, win or lose. All my sponsors, Andrew Morris at Sharps Treatment of South Bay. Where you at? This man allowed every single one of our fighters to walk and hit and strike. Amazing clinic. Momentum, OTM, all those guys, and especially Rockin' Fish. You guys come down after party. Let's have a drink, have some food, have fun. Downstairs, as soon as you're leaving, stop in for like a second, say what's up. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I wanna see everyone there. You guys dig it?
Give it up for him as a well-fought victory, Roman Todorovich!